Hi, Lynn Zettler here, and I just love talking about accountability and managing expectations. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. For those of you who've lived with a partner or a spouse, has this ever happened to you? It's a Saturday, you have a full day of errands to run, and you ask your partner to take care of a few things, right, around the house. And then when you return with your arms full of groceries and dry cleaning and bulk toilet paper, you find your partner sitting in the exact same spot that you left them. Right? Additionally, it would appear that the honey-do list has not even started, yet alone complete. So your expectations have been totally unmet. Does this sound familiar? Does anybody else do this? No, I am not throwing Mark's my husband, under the bus here, but this has happened in our house. I found out, though, a few years ago that we just needed to better communicate when this happened. And I needed to be better about adjusting my expectations. So, in fact, many times he had actually completed a full day of tasks and had just sat down to relax before I returned and walked through the door. Another key learning, though, was our timetables. My expectation included immediate action, while his expectation was that he'd get it done by the end of the weekend. So there were a lot of unnecessary tiffs that didn't need to occur if we had just figured this out early on in our marriage. So what about this managing expectations? How can we, leverage this learning here and in the workplace? This is one of the most common things that people run into is that, how many times do you have that coworker who complains to you about, can you believe what Sally did? I asked her to do this and she did it this way and I can't believe she didn't. And it's like, oh my gosh, we're wasting so much productivity and time with this kind of information and conversations. So what do I want to share with you today about managing expectations? It's about both being specific about what the expectations are and getting commitment. Those are the two things I want. So I'm just going to give you some quick bullets on both of those topics. Communicating your expectations first. So make sure you're clear about the task and the timing. What's the due date, the time, and why? And understand that your needs are important. Help the person realize why they're important to you so that they can try to meet your expectations. Also discuss what are the possible barriers or challenges that might get in the way of meeting these expectations. Talk about those up front. Know the difference also between a capacity issue and a capability issue. Sometimes you're asking people at work to do something and they just already have a full plate. Is it that they already have a full plate, or is it that they don't know how to do the task? Those are also things that you should consider. And then be clear about what you don't want and what's out of bounds, right? You don't want people wasting time on something that is never going to be important to you. And then lastly, paint a clear picture of what success looks like. You want to be as detailed as you possibly can. And you also want to confirm with the other person that they understand what you've just spelled out to them and that success looks the same way to them as well. Now, confirming those expectations, right? Getting commitment. Understand the task and the timing that's required. If you're not sure, if you're on the receiving end of this, ask. If they haven't given you a deadline, ask for one or suggest one. And also, you need to consider or bring up the possible barriers or challenges. What might get in your way? I will do this except if I'm expecting a call from my mother and she's going to need me to do this. Understood. Or you're at work. I have time right now, but I know there's a proposal coming up. And if that proposal, if we decide to go after that proposal, I have to put all my efforts there. Right? Those are the kinds of things you want as the receiver to communicate. And if there's pieces of the task that you're not sure about or that you don't have time for, have a discussion. Make a proposal to include someone else or to offer a different solution. Don't pretend that you can get it done when you don't have a clue how, or you know for a fact that you don't have time. And then also clarify with the person who's requesting in your own words. State back what they've asked you. So my understanding is this is what you're looking for, and this is what, and so in my mind, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to deliver to you. It's a really good idea to articulate that. Determine also what communications are necessary along the way. How often do they want to be informed of what's going on? Are there milestones that you need to communicate? Is it just a one-shot deal, or is it something that's going to take longer? And one more thing, if possible, always over-deliver. If you are the person who is it's being requested of, under-promise and over-deliver. Give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. If you think you can get it done by Friday, say first of next week, and then deliver it on Friday. That's fantastic. Be realistic about what you can do. It's much better to under-promise and over-deliver than it is to over-promise and under-deliver. I hope you found this helpful today about managing expectations. And for more information, go to CoreImpactCoaching.com. Sign up for our newsletter. We give out monthly tips and articles that we've written, examples of coaching situations that we've been dealing with, and lots of good information there. And also go to our YouTube channel, Lynn Zettler, Core Impact Coaching. Lots of videos there as well. And we appreciate you joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. Thanks so much. Have a great week.